Hey everyone, so in today's video we will be going to learn that how operator overloading can be achieved in C++, as there are many operators in C++ which we can use in multiple ways. So the overall mechanism of giving such special meanings to particular operator is known as operator overloading. But exceptional cases are always there. Likewise, in C++ there are the following cases, such as the very first case is the class member access operators, second scope resolution operator, third size operator, that is size of, and fourth is the conditional operators. These are the four types of operators on which the operator overloading cannot be achieved. Okay, so if we talk about the syntax for the operator overloading, so it's like this. Syntax will be return type, class name, operator. OP will be the value or the sign of that particular operator which we are going to overload, and here will be the argument list, and after that it will be the body of the function. So this is the syntax for the operator overloading. See, it can be achieved by using member functions as well as the friend functions. The only difference between member function and friend function is that in member functions there is no argument for unary operator overloading, and for binary operators it is using one argument. But whereas in friend function it will be going to have one argument in unary operators and two arguments for binary operators. So this is the example for the unary operator overloading for operator minus. So let's see. I'm doing this example using member functions. After that I will show that how it can be achieved using a friend function. So basically I created a class num where I declared int n in a private, and in public I created two functions, that is get num for my getting the number and display num for displaying my number. After that I will be declaring my operator overloading, that is void operator. Now will be the sign of the operator and the bracket. I don't need to pass any argument, as I already told that while using member functions we don't need to require the argument list for this. So after the class I will be defining my operator, that is void, class name is my num, scope resolution operator and the operator, and here I will be telling it that n equals to minus n. That's it. And now what I am doing, in a main function I created an object called num. After that I passed the value 10 and then displayed the value. So when I will be running this program I will be getting my output as 10, but now I want my operator to get activated. So how I will be activating my operator? Minus sign with the object name. So this is how I activated my operator minus, by which my value will be become minus 10 and my output will be minus 10 after the activation of operator overloading. So let's run the program. Let's see what is the output. See, so the value of n is 10, and after activating operator overloading the value of n is minus 10. So this is how we can do overloading. So in this program we used minus and we didn't do any subtraction function, we just assign a negative value to a integer number. Let's see what changes we need to do in a program for using friend function for operator overloading. So we need to declare my friend function in a class using friend keyword, then class name, then operator keyword, and then operator sign, which is minus, and then argument. As I already told you that you need to mention an argument for unary operator, so we are passing the single argument over here. Now let's define my friend function by class name, operator, sign minus, and in bracket data type, which is my class name, and a object name, that is A. Now what I am doing over here, I am assigning the value of a dot n equals to minus a dot n, so that my value of n will be in a negative terms. So now let's see what I have done in a main. I have created an object called a, then I displayed a number, suppose 10, and how I am activating my overloading, by just writing a equals to minus a, then displaying my number. Now let's run the program and see the output. It's showing me an error that num operators a has not been declared in function. Okay, alright, so I just put the comma over there which was not required. So value of n is 10. After activating operator overloading, the value becomes minus 10. If I have given minus 10 over here, so my output will be, after overloading, it should be 10. Yes, exactly, it's coming 10. Alright guys, now let's learn how we can use binary operator overloading in a program. So basically binary operator overloading is that we are having two operands with a single operator. So here I am adding two complex numbers, for which I have created a class add, in which I have members x and y, and in public I have created the constructor, parameterized constructor with real and imaginary values, that represents that x is equals to real value and y is equals to imaginary value, for which I have displayed the value as x plus yi. So yi is my imaginary, whereas x is the real. So now what I have to do, I have to declare my operator add over here, like class name, operator, addition sign, and then add. Always remember that you have to pass one argument in binary operator overloading while using member function, whereas you have to pass two arguments in binary operator overloading using friend function. So this is the major difference, that you have to use one argument in member function and two argument in friend function. Although the output will appear same, so now I am defining my operator plus add c, where I am declaring a temporary value t, which represents t dot x equals to x plus c dot x, and t dot y equals to y plus c dot y, and returns me the value t. So now when this will start, when this will activate, let's come to the main. I have created two objects O1 and O2. In O1 I have passed values 5 and 4, whereas in O2 I have passed values 8 and 4. So when I am entering values and I want to display them. So for O1 the value will be displayed. How it will be displayed? X value will be 5 plus 4i, and similarly for O2 the values will be 8 plus 4i. So these will be the values which will be appear in O1 and O2. Now I have created another object O3 which gives me the value of O1 plus O2. See, when I am writing this statement O1 plus O2, it's activating my operator plus member function, in which what I have done, I have stored the temporary value t, in which I am storing the value of x will be a O1 and the value of c dot x will be of O2. So the t dot x my value will become 13, whereas for ty my value will become 8i. So let's run the program whether it displays this or not. Let's check. Exactly. See, for O1 it's showing me 5 plus 4i, for O2 it's 8 plus 4i, and the result will be 13 plus ai. So we are adding both the numbers which are the complex numbers. So I have performed this program using member functions. I want you to perform this program using friend functions. Make sure you add 2 arguments in the operator overloading. Alright, okay, that's all for today's video. Thank you.